There. If anybody is interested in a last-minute duck, we had 13 and we've got 1 taken. So if you would like to get in the duck race for the filler, let me know. I'm going to get stuff kind of set up and organized here a little bit. There you go, Tyler. Here is the owner list for tonight. Only spot I'm excuse me, the only spot I'm missing a payment for is the Christian Rasmussen spot for Chris Bonnet. Otherwise, everybody has paid for their spots, so we're good on all those. And again, I'll give it about another minute. But again, we do have basically the whole duck race is wide open. Sam's the only one that has a spot in it. So if you want in the duck race, speak now, forever hold your peace. I will say that I moved some drivers to the unlisted spot from the hanger break that we did to this break, as I'm sure some people noticed. And probably when we go to do our next break, several of these guys that went unclaimed are going to find their way into the unlisted spot again. So just to make things easy, because I think what I'm running into here is we've got a handful of, 8, 10 guys that just aren't super in vogue. And Corey King's going to take spot 3. So that gives us 2 players. But yeah, we the filler is Augustin Canapino, Bryce Aaron, Hunter McElray, Jack Harvey, James Rowe, Jonathan Brown, Jordan Missigs, Kiffin Simpson, Linus Lundquist, and Tom Blomquist. So, like I said, several of those guys are going to make their way into the unlisted spot on the next one. Because 2 breaks in a row, some of these guys have gone 2 breaks in a row without being claimed, and that tells me there's just probably not a big interest for those guys. So that's the way we're going to work it. Anybody else? folks. Last call. Corey and Sam, if you guys are watching, why don't each of you pick 2 more spots? Just first come, first serve, whoever gets to it. Each of you pick 2 more spots, and I'm going to gift both of you 2 more spots. I'll participate with whatever spots you guys don't take as the house, but I want to give you guys better odds. So, if Corey and Sam are both, well, I know Corey's watching. I'm pretty sure Sam's probably watching. So if you guys pick 2 more spots, you don't have to pay for them. They're on me. You don't have to pay for them. But just pick 2 more numbers. I'll put you down, and I'll give you better odds, because then the other spots I'll just make the house spots. But I want to give you guys better odds. Since you guys are the ones that said you wanted to participate and at least tried, then I want to reward you guys. So, Corey says 7. Give me another number, Corey. And if Sam's not watching, then we're going to assign him to... There's Sam. 1 and 2. Sam said 1 and 2. Like I said, I'll call the other spots house spots. But wanted to at least give you guys a better shot at it. You know what I mean? Corey King said 11. All right, cool. So we'll roll with what we got. Appreciate you two for helping out and playing along. And good luck to both of you. Let's do this duck race. And then we're going to get this show on the road. I kind of knew this one would be... I'm not surprised by the kind of the quandary that we're in, so to speak. I kind of expected it. So that's why I didn't really hesitate a lot to say, okay, here's what we're going to do. I kind of expected this to happen with the IndyCar list the way it is. So... it just is what it is. If I ever miss an IndyCar break, something's wrong. Yeah, I kind of assumed that's... I don't think you've ever missed one of ours. All right, 13 spots. Good luck to Sam and Corey. Here we go. It's either going to be me, Sam, or Corey. And because there's an odd number of ducks, this is the best thing I could come up with. Any other way didn't seem quite fair enough, so this is what we're going to do. Duck 9's leading. I don't think that's where you want to be. As a matter of fact, we've proven time and time again that's not where you want to be. Duck 1's making a move. Here we go. It's Duck 1 with the win. Congrats, Sam. That made it easy, which is kind of what I wanted to happen. I didn't care who won. I really didn't want it to be me because I don't know, it kind of doesn't feel quite right, I guess, in some ways. I mean, I understand I'm not doing anything wrong, but at the same time, it wouldn't have felt quite right. So, glad Sam won. I would have been happy with Sam or Corey winning. But, again, appreciate you both for being willing to try to help. The fact that you guys are willing to try to help means a lot to me. So, I appreciate you guys very much. All right, and with that, let's get started. We got 4 hobby boxes to open. I have not opened any of these. So let's see what we can do here. Good luck, everybody. Oh, it's taped too. What in the world? These are the topper postcard. Iowa Speedway postcard. That's cool. You guys know me. I like a good display box. So we're going to do that. I got that now, Dave. Linus Lundqvist. Colton Herta. Triple. Checkered flag triple. Joseph Newgarden, Will Power, and Scott McLaughlin. There's a topper at the bottom as well. Okay. Good to know. We got Graham Rahal with the blue out of 99. Going to Dave. Again with the triples. I expect that we'll have enough of them that I probably don't need to do any kind of random. Larson, Joseph Newgarden, and Scott McLaughlin. We'll just wait and see at the end, and if it feels like we got enough of those to go around, then that's what we'll do, instead of having to do a random or whatever. So, Braun, Ed Carpenter, triple, Ed Carpenter checkered flag, goes to Josh Day. Portland. Ooh, pit pass. Bit of a refractor. That's different than the ones we've seen before. That's cool. Pit pass. Alex Palou. Going to Tyler. Scotty Mack. And Augustin. Larson, Colton Herta, Alexander Rossi. Another triple with Herta, Palou, and Rossi. Checkered flag. Delvin DeFrancesco. That goes to Sam. In the unlisted spot. Then we got Alexander Rossi pit pass. Yuri and McLaughlin. Graham Rahal, Hendrick. Triple Kirkwood, Herta, Dixon. Felix Rosenquist, checkered flag. Goes to Corey. Colton Herta, helmets. Larson, Stingray Rob, Alex Palou. Under the buckets. Red packs that are hot packs. Interesting. Triple. Kumasato. Checkered flag for Storm Ghost. And our first autograph, Stingray Rob, 52/75. That belongs to David Madsen. Key moments. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on the base cards. That's why you see me starting to kind of flip through them a little bit faster. Otherwise, we'll be here for a while, because even though these boxes are fairly small in size, there is quite a few cards in them. 160 cards per box. Catherine Legg. Checkered Flag. Pillow Award McLaughlin. I was going to say, I think that's Newgarden, isn't it? Yeah. Iconic Images, Newgarden. It's pretty sweet. Triple Marco Andretti. Checkered Flag. And next autograph, Hunter McElroy. He went unclaimed. So that goes to Sam in the filler. Nice one, Sam. I always love the idea of having the box open until I'm reaching in the box every time, and then I like it a lot less at that point. We got a Kiffin Simpson in the bottom of this thing. Triple. Graham Rahal. Checkered Flag. Some of these guys I don't know just by looking at them. I think that's Alex Pillow, I think. Anyway. It makes it tough on somebody that's not super familiar with IndyCar. McElroy, Ganassi, Elio Castroneves, the IndyCar Series card, blue out of 99. Going to Sam. Oh, you think it's Rossi? Okay. Like I said, I'm not familiar enough with these guys to be able to say for sure. Pit Pass, Alex Pillow. McElroy. Pato Award. Going to Tim Mays. Scott Dixon. Triple. Pelot, Award, McLaughlin. Checkered flag. Team car. Catherine Legg, helmet hardware. Another Larson. Scott Dixon. Will Power. Triple. Ryan Hunter Ray. Junkos Hollinger. Photographer card, Marco Andretti. Theo. Triple Pato, Newgarden, Dixon. Hendrick Motorsports, checkered flag. Yeah, the base cards are much better in my opinion. You're right. I agree. I agree completely. I'm sure they learned some things last year. I actually emailed the company and said, hey, what's the deal with advertising Kyle Larson and Haley Deegan autographs on the checklist, and then after we've placed an order, you pull them off the checklist? I'm curious to see if I get any response at all, or if it's just crickets. Checkered flag, Award, McLaughlin, Newgarden. Promising prospect, Liam Seitz. Santino Ferrucci. A lot of cards. A lot of cards indeed. Colton Herta, checkered flag. Kyle Kirkwood, helmet hardware. Pit pass, Kyle Larson. Catherine Legg with the debut card. And Jack Harvey on the autograph. Jack Harvey went unclaimed and goes through the filler to Sam. So 2 of the 3 autos to the filler spot. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep pestering them until somebody gives an answer because I honestly probably bought more boxes than I would have had I known, because I'm a Larson guy. It is what it is. So I was anticipating probably opening a few boxes like I did with last year's product. But if he's not in it, there's really no real need for me to open any. Because he would be the one I'd be chasing. Ray Hall, checkered flag. Indy 500. That's cool. But you shouldn't be putting out a checklist and then, selling a product knowing full well that something isn't in there. Tyler, have you seen Larson from this, or have you seen Larson from Pacific? Mayor Shank, checkered flag. I guess I haven't done a search to see if there's anything out there. What is this? Is it just I'm not sure what card this is. It's a Larson card. Yeah, according to what I have heard from everybody that's pretty familiar, everybody's telling me that they are not in this. I know Larson was in Pacific, but that's a different set than this. That's the reason why I dropped the price of Larson and Deegan from where I originally was going to have it. Ed Carpenter, checkered flag. 1 per box on the drivers to your cars. Well, then we better put that in a top later, shouldn't we? Thanks, Sam. Check this out. 1 out of 10. Alex Pillow, Will Powered, Scott McLaughlin. 1 out of 10. That one we will probably need to do a random for. Probably need to random that one. The other stuff, if somebody ends up with one thing this way or one thing that way, nobody's going to get too bent out of shape, I don't think. But an out of 10, yeah, we need to do it. So these new Pro Mold top loads are the ones that take the penny sleeve. Let me, just because I'm not used to doing this with the penny sleeve, I want to make sure I'm getting it in the right place. But anyway, these take the penny sleeve with the card. There we go. No, I don't have it the way it's supposed to be. Hold on. My old 41-year-old eyes are giving me troubles too, so combination of new technology meets old eyes. Bad recipe. There we go. Out of 10. Like I said, we'll do a random for that. We'll move Hunter. Put our out of 10 there. Penske. Scott Dixon. Checkered flag. Dale Coyne. Coyne. Whew. All right. That is box 1. Felt like it took a while to get through one box. Our postcard, which has got a Road, Elkhart Lake, Road America. And in the bottom of that one, Felix Rosenquist on the jumbo. I was going to say, those look like they're not going to stay there. I think I'm just going to open a stack of them and do it that way. All right, here we go. Triple. Augustin. Promising prospect, Nolan. Stingray Rob, Pit Pass. Larson. Team card. The Firestone Firehawk. Checkered flag. And we got Scott McLaughlin on the autograph going to Johnny Hinton. Again, these are all on card. Scotty Mack. Gonna move Stingray. He's got a nice signature. I didn't pay enough attention to his autograph. That's a really cool autograph he has. Just thought I would point that out. Yeah, there's so many cards. Like, I just feel like I'm going so slow. Dixon. Checkered flag, Scott Dixon. Back-to-back Dixon cards. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Lingard. triple. Ryan Hunter-Reay. Santino Ferrucci goes to Candace. Arrow McLaren. Rosenquist. Triple. Takuma Sato. Ryan Hunter-Reay. Checkered flag. I think you can, Scott. I don't see how that would be inaccurate. Christian Lundgaard goes to Andrew Buffenmeyer. Marcus Armstrong, checkered flag. Indy. We're upside down. Rasmussen. Catherine Legg debut card. Linus Lundqvist. Season honors. Checkered flag. Oh, I know that signature. Joseph Newgarden. On the signature series. That's sweet. As soon as I saw it, I knew what that was. Going to Storm Ghost. Very nice hit, Storm Ghost. I'm going to move the triple. I'm going to keep it right here in front of me, though, so we don't forget that we got to deal with that in a bit. I don't know. Yeah, for sure. McLaughlin and Newgarden in the same box. Yeah. Triple. Nolan Siegel. Checkered flag. Triple. Marcus Ericsson, checkered flag. Sophia. Lundgaard. Christian Lundgaard, checkered flag. I think they could do a little bit more with some parallels. But That might be the only suggestion. Santino Ferrucci going to Candace with the Beneath the Bucket. Stingray Pit Pass. Callum, checkered flag. And then we got Luca out of 99 on the blue. That goes to the unlisted spot in Sam. You're going to hear Sam's name a lot, I suspect, because not only does Sam have the unlisted spot, but Sam also won the filler. So he has quite a bit of drivers. Probably has 25% of the drivers, if I had to speculate. Whoa. Alexander Rossi, checkered flag. Tells me our base stack's getting too tall. I need to do something with it. Long Beach, New Garden, triple. Alex Pillow, checkered flag. All right, let me try to figure this out real quick, what we can do. Man, everything wants to go every which way. Everything I move doesn't want to cooperate. Don't they know we're trying to do a card break here? We're working here, fellas. Work with us. It's definitely a lot of cards. Probably too many. I mean, I'm you know me, I like Donruss, but I think the move to reduce the amount of cards in Donruss was good. And that would be the other thing I'd probably say about this is for the size of the checklist, the amount of cards you get could be less. We could pull a Pillow auto too. Yeah, that would be probably about as good a box as if we pulled Pillow, New Garden, and McLaughlin autos. I would argue you're probably not going to find a better trio. That would be something. Hey, it could happen. Anything could happen. Anything's possible. Yeah, I do love Donruss. I love it. But I think the move to reduce the number of base cards was the right move. That's the thing is, I love the other stuff. I don't love the base cards. Willpower. Herta. Oh, King. King of the Ovals. Checkered flag, Pillow. Pass, Rasmussen. I mean, with basically anybody on the checklist, you have to like your odds as far as hits are concerned, though, because there's just not a ton of drivers. Marco Andretti. Below checkered flag. Team. Scott Dixon. Yeah, I just wish, like, some of these cards are really super cool, but I wish they would make it a little easier to figure out who it is that's on the card. As a casual IndyCar watcher, instead of a avid fan, I can't just look at it and be like, oh, I know who that is, you know? I feel like maybe I don't want to keep poo-pooing on stuff. Checkered flag, Fittipaldi. There we go. How about a 10 out of 10, Kyle Larson? That doesn't suck. Going to CW. Yeah, that doesn't suck. Not at all. These are the new, I guess I could show you guys the front. These are the new mags I was talking about. It says you can use with or without penny sleeve. But of course, penny sleeve gonna give you that added layer of protection. It comes with it like that, so we might as well use it like that. But yeah, that Larson is, since there's no autos, that's going to be one of the better cards that you could find for Larson, for sure. No doubt about that. I like these mags once you've got everything set, but they are tricky trying to get everything just so. There we go. You got to just really be paying attention. Yeah, that's awesome. 10 out of 10. Big Kyle Larson card. Going to CW. Congrats. Super nice. We got Pato. Checkered flag. And then we got Rossi with the To Your Cars. Alexander Rossi goes to Sam. I need to open some more penny sleeves. All right. And then we got Stingray. Rossi. Debut. Ganassi. Checkered flag. And Marcus Ericsson, 45 of 75. at the very end of the second box. Going to Candace. That was a really good box. I mean, it was a great box, honestly. All right. I feel like doing the Pax Donruss style helped things go a little bit quicker with that box, so we'll keep going that way. Worldwide Technology. I'm going to try to just do this in 2 stacks if I can. That's the way I'd like to do it. And Christian Rasmussen. I'm not sure how big I am on these big cards. Like, I never liked back in the day when they had, like, if you guys remember, if anybody collected basketball cards back in the day, Skybox had the tall boy style. I don't know. Bigger cards to me just, they're kind of a nuisance. That's the OCD in me, because all I can think about is, what do you put them in? Penny sleeve, top loader. Like, we don't have top loaders for them. How do you store them? Because they don't fit in the cases that we have. Like, I'm just, that's how my OCD works, because I immediately start thinking about all those types of things. Yeah, I saw a bunch of those, like at the card shows and stuff. I've seen a bunch of them. They were pretty overproduced. In my eye, anyway. Those jumbo downtowns were. All right, here we go. Larson's out of 10. It's a 10 of 10. But it's pretty darn good. Checkered flag, Kyle Larson. Did somebody order an Alex Palou autograph? 2 out of 75 for your Indy 500 race winner. Defending champion, winner of all things. Tyler ordered it for the last box, and it showed up on this box. Can't complain, right? It showed up. There we go. Super nice hit. Congrats, Tyler. Pit pass, willpower. That's what I mean. The thing I think is really good about this product is you can see some of the best drivers showing up because the checklist is so small. Can I place an order as well? Yeah, Scott, what do you want? What do you want to place? You gotta submit a formal order. Scott Dixon, checkered flag. Yeah, Candace, we'll do more. I've got total. I got 16 boxes, so I'll have enough to be able to do at least 4 of these breaks. And what I was thinking about doing is just one a week. Like next week we'll do one, the week after that we'll do, you know what I mean? Just kind of spread it out a little. Because we only get one, typically one, I guess last year we technically got 2 releases for IndyCar. But it's not like we're going to get a bunch of new IndyCar stuff in a few weeks, you know? So we might as well take our time with it. Fittipaldi checkered flag. Catherine Legg debut. Scott says, I'll take a Dixon auto, any of them. I'm not picky. All right. Pato Award. Checkered flag. And then we got Colton Herta. To your car. Goes to Tim Mays. Rossi debut. Nolan Siegel. Checkered flag. This would be a cool card to have an autograph on, in my opinion. Even though I like the Newgarden, the other auto. That's nice. Going to Storm Ghost. We have had 2 cards numbered to 10, which is pretty amazing. Erickson, checkered flag. I mean, that's the equivalent of 2 golds when we're doing other, Panini products. Ed Carpenter, blue to 99. Goes to Josh Day. Triple. There's Armstrong. Santina. Oh, that'll be cool. Yeah, that'll be cool. Newgarden. Kyle Kirkwood. Checkered flag. How about Yuri Vips with the auto? Going to Dave. I like how they've got different types of autographs this year. They're not all just signature series. Like now you've really got probably 3 different sets, I'm guessing, or more, of autographs this year. Triple. Checkered flag, AJ Foyt. Scotty Mack. Another triple. There's a lot of those. Arrow McLaren, checkered flag. I can tell you guys, I can feel myself dragging. So I apologize if I don't seem quite 100%. I was up late last night working. It was probably after 2 till I went to bed. And, the perk of having kids out of school and working from home and all of that is that you get to sleep in. And so because I worked so late last night, I was like, you know what? I'm going to set an alarm for like 10. And if I sleep till 10, great. And if not, just whenever I get up, right? But I was like, I was worn out. Well, for work, we've been trying to hire somebody in St. Petersburg. And so we have job hiring ads out and stuff. And of course, Monday morning at 7:30, my phone rings. Somebody wanting to talk about a job. And of course, they're not even in St. Petersburg, which is super annoying. So, I'm wide awake then, and now I'm starting my day, and so I'm just operating on short sleep. No, shipping was not included on this one, Tyler. Shipping was not included on this one. But I will tell you, Linus Lundqvist, checkered flag, I will tell you as far as shipping is concerned, hold up. Hunter McElray on the autograph. Did we have a Hunter? Yeah. We have another version of Hunter earlier. This is going to go to Sam in the filler. But anyway, what I was getting at with the shipping is on Wednesday, I'm going to do a National Treasures 2-box break. And with National Treasures, shipping's included on all those. So if you happen to get in the National Treasures break on Wednesday and hit something, then your shipping would be covered. And if that's not on your radar, that's no big deal. But just wanted to throw that out there. Team Penske checkered flag. Prima. Santino pit pass. Ooh, what is this? Something pink. What do we have here? I am very interested in that. Checkered flag. Chip Ganassi. Felix Rosenquist. That's sweet. Are these the number cards you guys were talking about? And is that the serial number 2 of 60? Or are there just 60 different cards? I guess I'm... That's sweet, though. I like that. Either way, it's going to go in a top load. Numerics. Are these the serial number, or is that just the number to the driver's car? Okay, that answers that question. That's sweet. Going to Corey King. I see why you guys were talking about it. That's awesome looking. Very cool. Now I get it. Triple. Yeah, I was seeing the pink. I'm like, what is that? And I'm sure you guys knew. Checkered flag. To Your Cars, Joseph Newgarden. Yeah, that's sweet. Triple. Checkered Flag, triple. Pillow, Power, Newgarden. When you start looking at all these podium cards, you start to notice a lot of them are very much the same. Santino pit pass again. The 2 tour cars. Two tour cars. What do you mean by tour cars? I guess I'm not familiar enough. Sophia. What does that mean? Marco Andretti. Kirkwood, Herta Dixon. Oh, the 2-year cars. I gotcha. Yeah, that would make sense because we've been seeing one per box. That would make the most sense for sure. Pillow, Power, McLaughlin. Sophia's a short print. What Sophia did I go past that's a short print? I'm going back and looking. These? Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to say, yeah. But we've seen, that's like the third Sophia. I don't know if I could call that a short print because that's like the second or third Sophia we've seen already. That's why I was thrown off. Sorry. Santino Ferrucci again. And it might just be because there's not a lot of cards in that set, too. Kiffin Simpson, checkered flag. Connor Daly, blue out of 99, going to Steve Teskey. Do you know how many drivers are in that set, Dave? Is it just... It's probably only like 6 or 8, right? And that's the first one you've seen. Yeah. Well, we've pulled you 2 of them tonight. Pit pass, Armstrong. Catherine Legg. Checkered flag. Iowa. And Sato. All right, fourth and final box. All right, again, no break tomorrow. We'll take tomorrow off. I'll be sorting IndyCar cards for a bit. And so we'll take tomorrow off. We'll do National Treasures on Wednesday. Take Thursday off. Friday, we've got the mail sale. Saturday, we're going to do a smaller wrestling break for Money in the Bank. Barber. And then Sunday, we'll probably do a little mixer for NASCAR again. So, Ryan Hunter Ray. $19 on the checklist. Oh, okay. More than I thought. It's about where all of my $4 drivers are. Oh, okay. So, Augustin, Bryce Aaron, McElray, James Rowe, Jonathan Brown, Jordan Missigus, Tom Blomquist. A lot of those are going to be in that. Scott, it ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till we say it's over. Will Power. Takuma Sato. Checkered flag. And we got a Will Power autograph. Going to Tim Mays. Signature Series. Yeah, I mean, from a value perspective, there is, especially like if you take a shot at, some of these higher end drivers in this product, you've got a really good chance. Like, there's nothing guaranteed with cards, obviously, but you got a good chance at least, just playing the odds. Grosjean checkered flag. Theo for Josh Day. That's going to be the blue out of 99. Yeah, exactly. Good product for the price point that we're at. Yeah, Scott. If Bloomer can get sent to the tail and win, we can find a Scott Dixon autograph. There you go. That's the right attitude. It ain't over till we say it's over. Colton Herta. Rinus VK. Power, McLaughlin, Plo, all hidden auto. Yeah, and Newgarden. Power, McLaughlin, Plo, Newgarden. All four of them hit autos. Plus, you got 2 numbered to 10. You know, obviously the Larsons. That Larson's probably a pretty high-end, high-dollar card, I would guess, if I had to speculate. Catherine Legg. Power, Polo, Lundgaard. Checkered flag. Drivers to your cars, Colton Herta. Goes to Tim Mays. Hit every Penske driver. There you go. We blame Roger. Roger did that. Kiffin Simpson. Rossi. I cut right to the autograph and just saw who the next auto is, and it's also a good autograph. So that's why I had to laugh. Scott Dixon. Not auto, but the beneath the bucket. Yeah, when you guys see the auto that's coming, you're going to be like, oh yeah, that was a good one. Because it falls right in line with some of the other drivers that we've been naming off. Checkered flag, Herta, Dixon, and Polo. Marcus Ericsson, blue out of 99. Goes to Candace. Herta. The Astor Cup. Challenge Cup. Checkered flag. And next ink. Pato Award. 13 out of 75. Going to Tim Mays. Nice big Pato signature. Solid. Yeah, Erickson does get slept on, doesn't he? Well, not by everybody. Candace took him. Polo, Newgarden, McLaughlin. That's just a cool picture. I don't know who that is, but it's a cool picture. Again, I wish they would tell you who they are. That might be my biggest pet peeve about the whole product. Scotty Mack, checkered flag. Yeah, I would agree, Dave. Every box has had at least one what I consider good autograph. So I feel like if you are going out and buying a box, then you're in pretty good shape. He really won too. I don't recognize the first Newgarden win. Oh, I don't know, Sam. I was there. Newgarden won. That place, I mean, well, and I'm sure you were probably there too, but that place erupted when he made that pass. Uh-oh, we got some Penske conspiracies going now. Yeah, now everybody hates Newgarden. Exactly. Well, it's the same thing. It's just like what I sent a thing to Scott Dixon earlier that was Ariel Bloomquist talking about her dad and how growing up she didn't understand why everybody booed her dad all the time. And she said her mom always taught her that if they're booing you, that means you're making money. So she said, I quickly learned that the boos meant it was a good thing. Checkered flag, Santino. And of course she's right, because, you look at all the great drivers. They boo Denny Hamlin. They booed Jeff Gordon. Man, did they boo Jeff Gordon. Big time. I was a Jeff Gordon fan, and man, everybody hated Jeff Gordon. He was one, just like Dale Sr. You either loved him or you hated him. Checkered flag, Ryan Hunter-Ray. Triple. Grosjean, checkered flag. Think all the times that Castroneves has won the Indy 500, and I don't recall him getting booed at all. It's just one of those things. I think it has to do with how dominant you are at a certain time. You can win, but you just can't win too much all at once. Checkered flag, Rinus VK. And I was just thinking, man, we probably could have another black. Yep, Yuri Vips. Going to Dave, 9 out of 10. So, out of 4 boxes, we hit 3 cards numbered to 10. Sam's calling Newgarden a cheater. That's what I'm picking up. Yuri out of 10. Going to Dave. Wake up, Dave. Yeah, that's worked out well. Dave Maluk. He looks like a minion with those glasses. Maybe that's what he was trying to do. Maybe that's what he was going for. Triple. Toby Sowery. Checkered flag. Is this another To Your Cars? Nolan Siegel. Yep, drivers To Your Cars. Goes to Josh Day. It's called innovating until you get caught, and then it's called cheating, right? Theo. Barber. Sato. Catherine Legg. Checkered flag. And what I believe to be our last autograph, Lockie Hughes. Lockie Hughes going to Billy Joe Garcia. And I like that he put his car number. That's cool. Out of 25. Triple. Sato. And Bryce Aaron. I think we had, I'm pretty sure we had one of those earlier too. I think we've had maybe two of him and two of Sophia, I think. I don't know, maybe I'm dreaming, but I think that's what we had. Stingray, checkered flag. Stingray, pit pass. Yeah, and I just don't watch enough IndyCar to feel like I can give any kind of intelligent input on the whole, what's been going on with Penske and all that. I don't feel like I have anything I can add to that conversation. I just don't know enough. Scott McLaughlin going to Johnny. Pardon me. The checkered flag. Felix Rosenquist. I knew I needed a top loader. I forgot which card it was for. Going to Corey. Not a bad little break for Felix. All right, so the main task at hand now is we got to get we've got a couple triples to sort out. I'll hit you guys with a recap, and then we'll do the random for those triples. So anybody that participated, appreciate everybody that jumped in and participated in this. I would encourage you, if you sat this one out because you weren't sure, like I said, I got enough boxes that we're going to be able to do this 3 more times, and that's probably basically going to be it. So, if you like the cards, I would suggest jumping in them because, as you saw, we did really well with. Now, granted, every break it's not going to play out like this, I'm guessing, but still, you can just see the odds are in your favor, basically. So we have Lockie Hughes, Pato O'Ward, Will Power, Hunter McElray, Yuri Vips, Joseph Newgarden, Marcus Erickson, Scott McLaughlin, Stingray Robb, Hunter McElray, Jack Harvey. We had Yuri out of 10. We also had a triple out of 10. That's good. That's one of the cards we got to do the random for. We also had a blue out of 99. So we're going to do 2. We're going to do 1 random for the 2 of those here in just a minute. Alex Pillow autographed to 75. He's been winning basically everything. And then Kyle Larson certainly sounds like he's probably not planning on trying it again next year. So, you know, for all intents and purposes, these couple little sets that he's got cards in for IndyCar might be his only, at least for quite a while. So this is going to be one of the better cards. Knowing that he doesn't have autos, that's definitely going to be one of the better cards you can pull. 10 out of 10. So congrats again to, pardon me, to CW. And our triples, we've got Pillow, Power, McLaughlin, Herta, Pillow, Rossi. And what I'm going to do is 1 random. And we're just going to do left, middle, right. And whatever it lands on, that's who we're going to give the cards to for both of them. Maybe. I got to confirm the form resubmission, and then I got to verify that I'm a human and all the things for random to show that we're legitimate people over here on this end of the World Wide Web. I'm beat tonight. I am absolutely beat tonight. All right. Like I said, we're going to do left, middle, and right. and to be clear, this side over here is left, middle, and then that over there is right. Just want to establish what I'm talking about. So we'll do this 5 times, and then that'll be for both cards. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's going to be the left driver, left side, which means we got Alex Pillow, out of 10. Pardon me. Alex Pillow out of 10 and Colton Herta out of 99. So left side drivers on the triples is how we settled that. But yeah, like I said, if you didn't get in on this one and you just were not sure, you wanted to see what it looked like, whatever, I think you know, a lot of value, lot of value. So don't sleep on the next one. Take advantage, jump in, and yeah, that's all I got for now. Everybody have a great Tuesday, and we'll look for everybody on Wednesday for National Treasures. See you next time.